So we have a young woman here. Let me go ahead and refresh this video. It's a very funny video. So she says, POV, you decide to take a rest day after hitting the gym 6 days in a row. Let's take a look.
You're just a bitch. Honestly, that's not me trying to be some after school special shit. You really are a bitch.
Yeah, man. Shout out to David Goggins, man. Um, I feel like that too, man. And I go hard in the gym at least 5 days a week. I try to do at least so my split is I try to do 2 days on, rest. Like today I didn't do anything. Well, I biked. I always bike to the gym. So that's something to work anyway. 2 days on, 1 day of rest, 2 days back on again. So that's kind of my split. And then maybe another day I might work on like mobility, so low impact. And I'm not going heavy every single day either. So um definitely push pull legs. And then I might on that fourth day, I might do like a full body, kind of just touching everything, maybe focusing more on parts of my body that I want more defined and to work on more. So that's kind of my routine, man. Uh but you have to understand working out too often, especially when you're out here trying to, kill yourself in the gym, lifting hella heavy, lifting till failure, bro. That is going to destroy your body. It is going to be very hard for you to recover from that, right? If you guys are like me, who's all natural, I'm not. I don't take a steroid. I don't take any injections. I don't take any PEDs or peptides. So my recovery process, even when I get massages and I hit the sauna and I stretch out, my recovery process is still very slow. It's not as quick as it used to be, right? I'm not saying I'm super old now. I'm 30 years old, but I can't bounce back how I used to when I was like 21, 20, even 25, 5 years ago, right? I used to be able to go 6 days a week. I remember during COVID, um, the gym was shut down, right? But the owner of the gym still allowed me to train all my clients there. We probably had like 5 guys working out with us, right? We be working out for like 6 days straight, bro. No breaks. I was young, and I'm talking about we're lifting weights and we're doing cardio afterwards. Some days we do, light cardio after our workout. The other days we're running. So we're really hitting the track. We're running around the neighborhood after our session. So we were getting it in, man. 6 days a week, 5, 6 days a week. And I could get up the next day and not feel really, yeah, I feel sore, but I can get up the next day and I'm ready to go. Today, not so much. Today I can't do that as much, man, because I'm constantly moving my body. I'm working full time. I got this. I gotta work on the back end editing stuff. So I'm constantly using a lot of energy, man, throughout the day. My days really range 14 to 16-hour days a week, man. I'm up at 6:30, bro, some days, and then I don't go to bed till some days like 11. So I'm really out here. I'm really up and moving. So I don't really have the energy all the time, man. Some days I need like a physical, like a boost, right? I might take an energy drink or I might drink some coffee, but very rarely do I do that. I might if I get an energy drink, it might be once every other week. Just for energy drinks. Now, coffee, that is very rare. Very rarely do I drink coffee. Like there's some days, okay, I need coffee. Like fuck it. Let me just but then there's other days where I don't really need coffee. I can go without it. But energy drinks, there's days I need that shit. I'm like, yeah, I need a boost, bro. I ain't got it today. So but you have to take your rest days very serious, man. You know, don't feel like you're missing out. And I know it sometimes, sometimes it feels this isn't always the case. Just because you feel like it doesn't mean it's true. But I understand, even when you take rest days, right? It feels like you're losing your muscle. It feels like you're losing your gains. I know it feels like that, but that's not the case, right? That is a majority of how that's how a majority of gym goers feel. The ones that really put the work in, the ones that are very consistent. Take your rest days seriously, man. It's okay to take a rest day or two. You can do some active stretching in that time frame. You can do some mobility in that time frame. You can go get a massage, hit the sauna, maybe do some light cardio or walk, whatever the case is. But take your rest days serious. You don't need to be lifting every single day. You don't need to be lifting heavy every single time you lift, right? That's how you burn out. That's how you get injured, right? You have to really structure your workouts so that it makes sense for you and your longevity. Doing too much too soon, that is a recipe for disaster, right? You're not going to make it. But carefully planning your workouts, knowing what you're going to do, how heavy you're going to lift. Today you might go 70%. The next day you might go 80%. All right. Friday, we're doing 1 rep max. We're working on straight strength, right? So you have to kind of play around with it, man. Make sure your program, if you have a goal right now, make sure your program is catered to you cater to your goals, and it has to make sense to your recovery, right? Make sure there's active rest days in there. So there's a lot that goes into working out than just lifting weights and trying to get gains, man. You got to take care of your body too. Your body's the most important. You cannot function at the highest level if your body feels at the lowest level. It's just impossible, right? So take your rest days serious. Drink enough water so you're hydrated, and man, and get back to it.